My whole point I'm getting at, I think we should ask a different question. It's not, is Kratos worthy enough to lift the hammer? It's, is he strong enough to lift the hammer? Hey nerds, Jared Bear here. Welcome into the channel. Bear with me just for a second. This has been a question on Reddit, on Twitter, ever since the ending, really, of God of War 2018. Ever since the first trailer dropped, everybody's been asking this question: is Kratos worthy enough to lift up the all-powerful Mjolnir? And the answer is, that's not a thing, bro. That's not a thing in this universe. That is a Marvel thing. That is Marvel Comics. That's MCU. That's Chris Hemsworth. Those are the drawings. Blah, blah, blah. That's something Odin whispered into a hammer one time. For whoever shall be worthy enough to lift this hammer shall be granted the power of Thor. Which is really cool. I love that. You have to be worthy to lift the hammer rather than just ridiculously powerful. So let's scrap that for a second. Let's go into Norse mythology. And let's just talk about what it actually takes to be able to lift Mjolnir, and if Kratos will be able to do so himself. So, first of all, there's a story in Norse mythology that while this dwarf was forging Mjolnir itself, that a gadfly, a botfly, one of those, like a bee, it looks terrifying regardless, bit the dwarf in the eye, causing the handle to actually be shorter. Famously, that fly is Loki in disguise, possibly trying to stop the forging of the hammer. So it causes the actual handle itself to be shorter, making it more difficult to lift. So think Mark Henry, the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, lifting the Thomas Inch dumbbell. Something along those lines. So not only is it a heavy-ass hammer, like so heavy, like heavier than your mother, even though it's a heavy hammer already that requires an immense amount of strength to lift up, now it has a shorter handle, being even harder to lift. Except for one man, aka Thor. Thor's strength is already off the charts. But even him, even the man himself, has problems lifting up this thick-ass hammer. He requires two pieces of equipment, and I'm going to butcher the fuck out of these names. The first one is the yarn griper. Yarn griper. It's these gauntlets he has to put on to help be able to wield this hammer. There are running theories or in different stories where the gauntlets are basically to help him throw the hammer and to help him catch it when the force comes back to it. Or that it helps kind of like disperse the energy while swinging the hammer. This is how powerful the hammer is, how heavy it is, how strong it is, and he needs gauntlets to be able to absorb some of that stuff. The other thing is his belt, which was actually mentioned in Spider-Man Homecoming, believe it or not. They almost put it in the MCU. His Meganjord, his Megan, or whatever it is. This is his belt. I don't know how to pronounce that either. His belt that goes around his waist, that's where belts go. This basically doubles Thor's already ridiculous silverback fucking gorilla strength to also make it easier for him to wield and swing this hammer. Now I'm going to put a picture of Thor up on screen. This photo of Thor, if you notice, he's not wearing gauntlets and he's not wearing a belt. I've read some Reddit threads where it's, okay, is it his rings? Is it his necklace? No, he just doesn't have these pieces of equipment. One of two things. Either the equipment mentioned just doesn't exist in this universe, or this Thor is so fucking stupidly strong that he doesn't need it, and he's just a badass mother lover from the get-go. I mean, brother is hella thick, man. So, and if you notice in the fight, in the brief second we got on the trailer, he snaps, the hammer comes back, he catches it with ease. With ease. I think this brother is strong. My whole point I'm getting at, I think we should ask a different question. It's not, is Kratos worthy enough to lift the hammer? It's, is he strong enough to lift the hammer? For people that are in the God of War universe, people that love God of War and love Kratos to pieces, that may be a preposterous ass question. Like, why wouldn't the God of War be able to lift a goddamn hammer? Simply put, I think Thor is stronger than Kratos. My reasoning for that is because Thor's stepbrother Balder was presented in the God of War 2018 to be stronger than Kratos. They traded their blows and he sent that man fucking flying with an uppercut. So I think if that was just scrawny little Balder who can't feel no pain, imagine the thick daddy, big belly, thoroughbred ass Thor walking around. I think he's stronger than Kratos. I don't think he needs this equipment. So what I think's going to happen is we defeat Thor when the time comes, right? Because we know we need Mjolnir to be able to take out Odin. So we go, we have to kill Thor, whatever the reasoning is, and the hammer's going to be laying there. And Kratos is not going to be able to pick it up. Maybe with a little bit of Spartan rage, maybe he'll have a moment where he like glows red or whatever, and picks up Mjolnir for a brief moment. He realizes how heavy it is. And even then it's exhausting, so he drops it. Not able to wield this hammer. Not a worthy factor, just a strength factor. Now I think because we are going to the land of the dwarves that I can't fucking pronounce, we're going to go there to get some equipment made. Whether it's one or both pieces. They could just say, maybe we just need the gauntlet, a belt buckle we can level up and grow in power. Or maybe it is some gauntlets we have to put on our hands. Maybe we need both. And we go get those forged. I don't care if it's just one or two. I think it'd just be cool to include. And now that Kratos has Megan Yord and Yarn Gripper, he can go and pick up Mjolnir and now go fight Odin. And that's how the game wraps up. I think that would be a super nice touch. I think it'd be a cool way to work in some Norse mythology. And it's a great way to just showcase how fucking powerful that Thor actually is. It's a scary level of strength. It's a terrifying level of strength to see he's that much stronger than Kratos. And it's all kind of showcased by the lifting of a hammer. I don't know. I think that'd be a pretty cool way to incorporate some things. You guys can let me know your own thoughts and opinions. You all can let me know if you think that Thor is that strong. You can let me know if you think Kratos is strong enough to lift the hammer on his own without needing extra equipment. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. We are just a few days out from the launch of God of War. November 9th cannot get here soon enough. Again, thoughts and opinions down below. Links and everything will be in the description box down below. Playlist will be up on screen. As always, check back for gameplays, commentaries, news, and updates. Later, nerds.